The college basketball experience preview and picks edition for Tuesday, November 7th on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Bet365. Bet365 is offering new users $1,000 risk-free bet. Sign up today, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bet365. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today, people. We're also brought to you by Game Time. Game Time has last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Use the promo code CFBX for $20 off your first purchase. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey, what's up, you degenerate gamblers? This is Bill Burr, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college basketball experience. Preview and picks episode for Tuesday, November 7th. Oh, it has been a day. And I just left the studio to get to my house. And before I left, I had to watch a couple games. Right before. I don't know where to start. Look, if you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
And you're nothing but a chameleon, lemon-headed, coward, tailless pussy. And I'm after you, buddy. You're going to pay for it. Good night.
Over 100 basketball games. I'm doing content. All these games are on screens. I was like Ray Liotta in Field of Dreams. I'm asking strangers, hey, is this heaven? Is this heaven right here? Yes, Roy, it is. No, it's not Iowa. It's heaven. I am joined by my co-host. Give it up for former video coordinator for Bob Huggins and Frank Martin. He is the host of the Big 12 Experience. He is the host of the Ryan and Rush Show. Give it up for Ryan McIntyre, aka Money Line Mac. How you doing, brother?
Oh, we're back, man. I knew we were back when Zach Edey was jumping up against a 5'8" guy at center court. I said, only college basketball do we get this. Fantastic.
Oh, and that's one that instantly, I know I said it's a fringe lock last night. I had to re-listen to the episode just to make sure I said fringe lock. I didn't actually bet that, but I'm sitting there saying, why did I not bet that? Because I knew, I even said this is a fringe lock, but I didn't bet it. I'm very mad at myself. But we have a lot of outcomes right now. UC San Diego is up 9 on the Denver Pioneers. I know Noah Bieniek must be devastated. This Pioneers got some making up to do. I got this game on here at the at my house. Portland clinging to a 2-point lead.
I want this pilot. It's a matter of national security.
That game's. I knew that game was going to be fire. Also, I have several C notes on San Diego State minus the points. They're clinging to an 18-point lead right now against Cal State Fullerton. Also, Steve Lavin, been on the show before.
Yeah.
Clinging. No, not even clinging. Sweating. 45-45 against Sonoma State right now. And then another lock that we have a lot of money on, Cal State and Northridge plus 22 points. They're down by 2 with 12 minutes left to Stanford. Also Wazoo up big though, up by 18 against the Vandals of Idaho, and UCLA by 10 over St. Francis. And then one that we also have money riding on, Bellarmine is down 8 at halftime to Washington. But any of those stand out to you besides San Diego? I think San Diego's one, and Fresno State, by the way, only up 5 on Fresno Pacific right now.
Yeah, and we're sweating out San Diego State too. I mean, they only had like a 3-4 lead at the break, but they've kind of gotten away from them in the second half. Bellarmine, man, they were right there. They had the lead a majority of the first half, but then Washington finishes on a late first half run. But yeah, hopefully Bellarmine can get back in this puppy.
And we got some more recapping to do as we talk about all these games. But I think the thing that jumps out to me the most, I couldn't leave the studio. There was 2 games going on that I needed to watch the end of. So I had to wait to leave the studio. I still haven't had dinner. I'm drinking a fucking vodka over here on the rocks. And I'm just waiting for dinner. I'm starving right now, but I fucked up my own dinner time because James Madison and Michigan State were in a barn, in a barn burner. And then Abilene Christian and Oklahoma State were in one. For the second straight year, your boy Pick Dundee has faded Oklahoma State in the season opener. Sam Houston State last year, Abilene Christian this year. We ride the money line, and I'm telling you, folks, I need to buy an island because I do this every year. And right now, I'm just red hot. Football, basketball, whatever. I know I had some losses today, but when you add in the money line play here and a money line play on another team that I'll mention in a second, Mac, I know you're a Big 12 guy, but OK State for the second straight year takes a loss in the opener to these WAC schools or whatever the fuck you want to, WAC schools, UAC, whatever the fuck, former Southland schools. What do you make of that outcome?
So you're actually mixing it up. Oklahoma lost to Sam Houston.
That's right.
We had the Salukis.
Southern Illinois. Yeah.
But I know exactly what you're saying. Unfortunately, I jumped on this with you because this is the 3rd straight year Mike Boynton's done this. He did it against Oakland in 2021. This unfortunately has been a common trend, and I don't think Mike Boynton's going to make it. Unfortunately, I don't think Oklahoma State's very good. We talked about that on the Big 12 preview. And I mean, I like Mike Boynton, but it just hasn't worked out these last couple of years since Cade Cunningham left. That was a bad loss.
That's a really bad loss. And now we need to shift to folks. I was in an argument. Noah tagged me in an argument with a George Mason account. Noah, do you remember what that account was? Feel free to type it in the chat. It was not Barstool. It was not it was Sidelines. That's right. Sidelines, George Mason. In my opinion, we were arguing over George Mason starting the football program. And I said, well, George Mason is a disappointment because they could have paid Larinaga. Larinaga wanted to stay there. He was on record for wanting to stay there, and they didn't pony up the money, and they became kind of an afterthought in college basketball. And at that point, they could have started college football. There was talk about it. Washington Post produced an article about it. They didn't. Their enrollment is so large, in my opinion, it's on par with like a UCF, but in Northern Virginia, right outside of DC. They should. And we were going through reasons, and I said, you know why? I mean, James Madison, look at their economic impact of what football and basketball have to JMU, and look at what JMU is doing. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I watched that game tonight. I don't even think JMU is. I think they should be ranked. Like, that team is good. They go to East Lansing. That game was awesome. Maybe the best. Me and Patty C were sharing text messages like, I can't believe we already beat Virginia last year, or was it the year before? I can't remember. And now we can get Michigan State potentially. We know they're undefeated in football and dominating in football the way they're doing it. I can't help myself but compare the two schools and see one going all in on sports, the other one being pussies. Anyway, what do you make of that win? Because that is a fucking program changing win. I would say adding that to the UVA win they scored a year ago or maybe 2 years ago. I think this is like they're building something. And damn, when I watch that team, I'm like, that's an NCAA tournament team. Your thoughts? Yeah,
if they could just take care of business in the Sun Belt now, I think they have a chance of getting that large with a win like that. If they somehow get upset in the conference tournament, clearly they look the part. They're athletic, they're experienced, and I went to a game there last year, the Athletic Union Bank Center. Seats 8,500. That place is going to start getting lit like it is at Liberty. They're going all in just like Liberty is over in Lynchburg. It's going on in Harrisonburg. The JMU's on the way up, man. I'm with you. I could see them becoming the top-notch sports athletic department in the state of Virginia over Tech and Virginia.
Yeah. And to me, it's this is what I mean is like, and I was in this dispute with this person today, and I'm like, I'm citing plenty of articles. There's an article about how Clemson, once they started winning, in football and going all in on football, about how much it helped their economy, like as far as the school's value and the city of Clemson, South Carolina, and Greenville, South Carolina. It's a no-brainer, and they got to go in. But what a fucking huge win for JMU. I would say that's going to be. I know we got to do our game balls. I don't know how Abilene Christian and JMU are not going to be on there. But recapping some more, yeah, that's got to be on there. Early in the morning, we caught Spalding. They played tough with IUPUI. Shout out to Spalding. The Oregon Ducks, we both cashed in on the Oregon Ducks. Was Noah Bieniek on the Georgia Bulldogs? No. Okay.
No, I think he lead Bulldog, but he didn't bet it.
I was gonna give him a hard time if so.
The Discord was on their dogs.
Whew. Shout out to the chat, by the way. Hey, it's great to see Kwame back. Shout out to Kwame. Shout out to James, Ryan Hasty, all the classics. Randall. Oregon looked good. If anything, Georgia did make a run right before the half to cut it down some. But I thought Oregon and finally Dante played. He actually left the game for a little bit, and I thought for sure he was going to be out for the season. He may. We'll check back on that. But the Ducks took care of business. What'd you think of them?
They look good. I mean, that was my Pac-12 pick to win it because if they can stay healthy, man, they're as talented as anybody. So good start for them. Obviously, Dante is a difference maker if he can just stay in the lineup.
Yeah. So when you add in the Abilene Christian angle, when you add in, we hit on Oregon, and we also hit on the UConn Huskies. Ooh, what a nice fucking win against that Lumberjack squad. It's funny. I was choosing what coffee cup to throw my vodka and rocks in because I haven't unpacked my other glasses. And I had the Northern Arizona one that I got with my ticket. I said, no, fuck them. I don't want to promote them, even though I'm still promoting them right now. UConn gets it done. They look really good, but what do we deduce from that? I don't know. NAU is not very good. So shout out to Kenneth Hatter in the chat. Yeah. Pound for pound, best hoops and football programs in the country. You got to throw them in the mix right now. Mm-hmm. I know they got bad news. Their best player on their team, who, if you haven't watched, Jalen Green on their defensive line. This guy has like 15 and a half sacks. He left the game early last week against Georgia State. It was announced he was out for the year. So something to consider as James Madison has their final couple games here. Their best fucking guy. I mean, someone that literally, when you're dominating like that ain't a fluke. Like you'll play in any league. When you're getting that many sacks, something to monitor. We should have bet Purdue. We should have bet Tennessee because we knew it. We didn't lock up Tennessee, but we fucking knew it. As Tennessee beat the piss out of Tennessee Tech. I tried to tell you about NC State being cowards. What does a program full of cowards do? They only win by 13 against the Citadel. Citadel covers. I know you went with your Wolfpack, but it's okay. It's okay. Better luck next time with the Wolfpack.
They suck.
We gave away Cleveland State as a lock, but we also said take the money line, and I can't believe this didn't hit. I know CJ Sullivan's going to be talking shit in the office tomorrow, but Cleveland State 77, Duquesne 79, big time cover for us as our lock. But man, this should have played out on the money line. Cleveland State had a halftime lead of a few points, I believe, like 4 or 5 points. It just didn't work out. But what'd you make of this one?
I didn't get much eyes on it. Obviously, West Virginia was playing at that time, but I was monitoring the score. They led it to half, but I mean, back and forth game. I couldn't lay 10 with Duquesne. I mean, that seemed outrageous, especially against Cleveland State. That's a good program. I
feel like Cleveland State was up like 70, 80% of this game, maybe even 90% of it. Look, we both like to talk shit about Pitt, but they won by 48 today.
North Carolina A&T needs to quit.
They're on auto fade. They're on auto fade. Look, I took Pitt. I know you took A&T. I thought Pitt might win by 30. I did not foresee a near 50-point win.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was possible. But holy shit. It's
gonna be a long season for Monte Ross. My God.
Yeah. We're gonna recap with some more, but I want to tell you folks out there that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Bet365. All right. Look, Bet365 is the world's favorite sports book, trusted by over 88 million players worldwide. Props, sides, totals, live betting. Bet365 has you covered. And if you like boost, you're gonna love the Bet365. I think it's a 30% profit boost on the same game NFL parlays. Holy shit, that's a lot. Plus, they even have an early payout offer if your team goes up 17 points. Unbelievable. Sign up today and choose from 2 bonus offers, either a $1,000 first bet safety net or bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets. Just head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bet365. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bet365. Problem gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Yeah, I mean, unbelievable there. That deal, take advantage of that deal, folks. I was sitting there recapping that deal and I said, whoa, got to do that. Bet365. All right, we're back on the college basketball experience. And it's funny, my ad read sheet, if you're wondering why it was a little offbeat, it's like it's like reading, there's like 30 different things going on right now on the ad read sheet. It's great. It means we're making money, but at the same time, with dialing up plays, I feel like it's chaos on the ad read sheet. SIU, Edwardsville, and Dayton. Man, I can't believe you covered this, you piece of shit, Mac, because I felt for sure that SIU, this is a 3-point game at halftime.
I know.
SIU was getting 15.5. They lose by 16. If you bet this, God bless you, because I really feel like we were on the right side. I mean, I didn't really bet this game, but I'm saying I thought that was going to hit. Now, I really did bet this game. The Maine Black Bears lost by 17 at the Clits of Charlotte. Yeah, that's going to happen sometimes, especially first game of the season. I thought Maine would be a lot better. They only scored 52 points. I did not think that the Clits would hold them to 52 points. Yeah, I'm in the wrong there. I know we both locked that. Did you lock that right?
Yeah, I was all over that. I was surprised. Good for Charlotte. Good win. Another win for a interim coach this year.
Yeah, definitely. And holding an opposing team to 52 points. Impressive. The Delaware Blue Hens put it on Bucknell. Yeah, I was on the right side of that. Who'd you take? Did you take Bucknell on that?
I think I took Bucknell. I honestly don't even remember.
Yeah.
Because we didn't bet that.
Well, Oakland was fire for us.
We should have locked that one.
Oh, they should have won this game, man.
I know.
They should have fucking won this game. Oakland losing 79-73. I know we did our Big Ten preview, and a lot of people thought Ohio State was a sleeper. After watching that game, I go, Maybe not. Yeah. Maybe not. But I know it's only one game. Don't want to overreact too much. Radford was impressive. They lose by 16, but I don't give a shit. That was impressive. I was impressed by Radford. They cover the 18.5, but at the same time, it was the eye test that to me, for a long distance in this game, I thought Radford's legit. What'd you make of this one?
Yeah, my boys. They also were without multiple members in the front court. So Radford, I think, is going to be the real deal. Another quality mid-major Virginia team here.
Yeah. And I will apologize on the behalf of all of the college basketball experience, myself, Moneyline Mac, and Noah Bieniek. Our Chicago State Cougars.
The Magic's run out.
Tough first game as they lose by 39 and only put up 41 points.
Yeah.
I need to sip this vodka a little more because I did not foresee that coming. I thought we might lose by 10, take the points, but I thought it was still a safe play. We ate a big old bag of shit with the Chicago State Cougars. So yeah, there was that. Charleston, Iona. I didn't get eyes on this game, and I know NC Nick locked up Charleston. How did this? Because when I was monitoring the score in the middle of podcast, it seemed like Charleston was kind of dominating this game. How the hell did Iona cover this thing?
They controlled the first half, but it was the first 5 minutes of the second half that Iona closed the gap and got that thing tied coming down the stretch, and then they went back and forth. Felt like everybody was on Charleston. So Tobin Anderson had his guys ready to play. I mean, that's impressive to go to that environment and compete and come right down to the wire against Pat Kelsey's group.
Yeah, another one to me, and I didn't bet this, but I was very close to betting this. Thankfully, I didn't. Was Siena against Holy Cross. I thought the line was off. At halftime, Siena was up 10. I had this on one of our screens. I didn't pay super close detail to it, but I don't know how the hell it happened, but Holy Cross almost won the game. They only lost by 2. I'm so glad I didn't bet that because that was what I consider a fringe lock as well. Nice performance there. Siena gets out of there alive. Detroit got absolutely rolled. Hey, Mike Davis, Detroit needs to fire him. 34-point loss to Toledo should never happen, in my opinion.
His kid's not on the team either.
34-point loss. I didn't bet this, but I definitely mispicked this game. Marshall handled Queens. We were off here. On
payback.
Yeah, payback. How about though Monmouth plus 11.5? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. They covered. We locked up Monmouth against George Mason. Triple lock. Noah Bieniek, myself, Moneyline Mac. I mean, we sweated this thing, man. This was a legit intense sweat, but we got it done. Your thoughts on? See, I like George Mason. I want George Mason to be great, but at the same time, and I'm a Tony Skinn fan, but at the same time, like I was a skeptic coming into the year, but that was impressive. I thought it was impressive. What'd you make of this one?
Yeah, I need to go back and watch this tomorrow because Monmouth comes to the Coliseum on Friday, so I want to get a look at Monmouth. But I mean, I saw Mason when they played West Virginia in the scrimmage. Impressive. They looked the part. They're going to be right there in the A-10. Last year under Kim English, the talent was not the issue; it was consistency. Yeah. So I think they can be right there in the middle of the pack in the A-10.
And I'll say, blessing in disguise. I'm going to say this right now, and I don't know Tony Skinn personally. Better coach than Kim English.
It means more to him for sure. I mean, he was a point guard for Jimmy Laird. Yeah.
Kim English might bring in more talent.
Yeah,
but I didn't think he, was as good with the talent that he had as he should have been. So
we talked about it. We both were shocked he got the Providence job.
Yeah. Well, there's a school out there named not Furman. There's a school out there named Ferrum. Ferrum had the audacity, the courage, the balls to come into Greenville, North Carolina. I'm sorry, we didn't have a line on this game, but it would have been a lock. only a 30-point win, but look, I don't want to go crazy here, but I think judging by that performance. Do you have ECU in the Final Four or the Elite Eight right now?
Is this equivalent to when Patty C was touting Cincinnati beating Eastern Kentucky week 1? that was one of the best
great.
of all
I was like,
time.
what are you talking about, man? I'm like, it's EKU, the FCS. Now they're a solid FCS, but I'm like, what are you doing here?
Dion and Colorado go to TCU, and there's all these other wins. Who's your main takeaway? How about Cincinnati putting it on? I was like, what are you talking about, Pat?
Yeah, he's flexing on me. He's like, yeah, you like that? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I took Cincinnati, you crazy bastard.
And now they're 0-6 in the Big 12.
Yeah. I was spot on. I think both of us. I think you were on Miami. They beat the piss out of NJIT. No, you took NJIT, didn't you?
I took NJIT.
Oh, you crazy bastard!
I faded the ACC just because I hate them.
Larinaga dropped over 100 in a college basketball game. That's rare. I feel like I got to give you some credit here because I don't know how the fuck you won this one, but North Dakota State 80, Western Michigan 76. When I was watching this, like I had a bunch of shows. I hate college basketball starting on a Monday because I have like a shit ton of shows. So when I was watching this, honestly, Western Michigan was like dominating the game. I don't know how NDSU won the game, but kudos to you. And yeah, what did you get eyes on this?
Yeah, this was a live show watch for us, and hopefully we'll do that again here soon. And me and Capper were sweating that out North Dakota State together. He was the one giving me updates just because, by the way, ESPN app.
Boston Capper?
No, not Boston Capper.
Oh, okay.
Cannabis Capper. The other Capper. Yeah. The other Coast Capper. He was keeping me up to date. Biggest loser of the day. ESPN's app sucked all day. They were terrible. They got to fix that shit. Why are we paying you $10 a month if you're just gonna suck ass? I mean, I hold on.
Look. If we want to pull back the curtain, I believe women's hoops has a home. It kicked ass in March Madness.
Yes.
Right? Kicked ass in March Madness.
Yes.
Well deserving. We don't want to fight. Look, I don't have a daughter, but if I had a daughter, I'd say go play basketball. It'll teach you important lessons in life or any sport, really. But ESPN, if I check the scores of college basketball and you have to put the women's above the men's basketball one more time, I understand it, but you have to, any other website would say, hey, what gets more clicks? Let's put them first.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy, man. Like, look, and I want women's sports to succeed. Go succeed.
Yeah.
But it's almost like smacking me in the face before, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, we are trying to. I guarantee you, there's not that many people clicking on women's hoops to get that, and I have to see all that shit. All I'm saying, the app is fucking with me. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are doing that shit on purpose. I believe you had a meeting about that. I truly, call me a conspiracy theorist, but I'm like, hey, what the fuck? Every time I look down.
Well, and I'll take it a step further. They got so many goddamn women's basketball games on ESPN Plus. I can't tell if it's a men's or women's basketball game when I'm going through the TV. I'm like, come on, man. Like, there's got to be a different button. Like, put them on the Ocho. Something that don't put them on the same app.
I've always heard a great thing that why don't we put their scores in pink?
Yes, all right. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I a fucking? I mean, is that somehow derogatory? I don't fucking know. And then
you're gonna get canceled anyway. You might as well go down swinging.
Yeah. The best part about my job is I can say whatever the fuck I want right now, or for the most part. Me and Green might have a sit down, but I'm saying me and Green, pretty much see eye to eye here. Anyway, New Hampshire, Syracuse. That's my transition. Syracuse fans. All right. So I want to admit something that I Benedict this one because when I woke up this morning, now I didn't bet this game, but on Tally Site, I saw this line jump to 17.5. And I was like, no. Give me New Hampshire at 7. Me and NC Nick had a conversation about this because he locked up Syracuse minus, I think, 14. He lost money. I changed New Hampshire when it jumped up. So anyway, what'd you make of this one? Did you get a chance? I didn't watch a second of this game.
No, I did not. I'll be honest. But Adrian Autry off to a 1-0 start. And, I will say Syracuse under Boeheim has dropped some of these bye games in the past. So, I mean, that's a good start. Find a way to win.
Kyle Cooper in the chat is cracking me up. I'm sorry. It reminds me. I don't know if I should tell this on air, but you know what? I've had a few drinks. Should I not tell this on air? I don't know, but there was a point, let's just say, in my stand-up career where I was in Philadelphia at like a dive bar in Philadelphia doing stand-up, and I randomly went on it was not necessarily written content, but I happened to somehow talk about how women's basketball was on over men's in a situation.
Oh, and this is a good story. I know what you're talking about.
And I made the comparison to ESPN being a man's network. This is a joke, folks. All right. It's a fucking joke. And I said, we don't put Rambo 3 on Lifetime or Oxygen. And I had a woman throw a beer bottle at me. And it missed by about 5 feet, but I could. When you're on stage, you can't really see. It's just light. You know what I mean? Like you can't really see the audience. A lot of people think you can see the audience. You can't. Well, it missed, and my response was, "See if that was a dude, it would hit me right in the fucking face." And it was a very funny joke, I thought, but the show kind of ended after that, and it was awkward as fuck. But anyway, I hope that goes back to what you were trying to say. It was a learning experience. It wasn't written material. I was off the cusp, and I kind of stand by it. You know what I mean? Like, I think it was a funny fucking joke.
I mean, she threw the beer bottle at you.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like, what she was like, to me, the excessive reaction here proves my point too, in a way of like, I don't know. But anyway, how you doing, folks? Welcome to the college basketball experience. And I thought Philly would get behind me more, to tell you the truth. It was actually just a small part of the audience that kind of got behind me. Actually, I think a guy bought me a Jaeger shot after, because this is like 2005. Fireball wasn't out then. And anyway, but he thought it was funny, but the show did not. The host of the show did not. It was a very awkward experience. How you doing? Anyway,
Donnie Trump in the chat thought it was funny.
Yeah. I mean, if you're coming to see comedy, and I want to say it was like, it started with a heckle. I don't remember the exact. That was not a planned part of the show, but I have a lot of Rambo 3 content. So anyway, it just kind of bled into Rambo 3. Anyway, next up, Winthrop. I took Winthrop in the points. Didn't bet it. They didn't hit against Clemson, and Clemson looked pretty good.
That's a good win.
Yeah, I Clemson looked pretty good. So, our Howard Bison. I'm buying in again.
Yeah.
All right, and then we'll get to your fucking game.
Well, I don't got brain man cold, but they're counting down 7, 6, 5.
Where are we here?
Spinal.
Moneyline Mac, the first locked battle. The first locked battle of the season. Moneyline Mac wins, and look, I wish I could be more intelligent when talking about this. I didn't watch the game that much because I was doing the fucking college football show. That's why I hate them starting on a Monday. But I do know this: Missouri State was up 6.5. And I was so close to firing a text saying, fuck you. It didn't happen. It didn't happen because I was working. But what happened? West Virginia scores 14 more points than Missouri State in the second half. They ended up winning by 8 points. I had 7.5 as my number. Fuck How did I not hit this?
Well, I thought it was a miracle that they were only down 6 at half. They went 4 for 32 from the field, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I got to do a fucking live show, and I'm watching them go 4 for 32 from the field. This is worse than watching Iowa State against Pitt in the NCAA tournament. But I mean, they grinded it out, and obviously it was a bad beat on the dunk at the end. So if you did have Missouri State plus 7.5, that was the right side. I will say I did wait because I'm telling you, everybody was on Missouri State because, I mean,
the news,
West Virginia's been in the news, but hey, we don't make excuses, man. We might only have eight players, but hey, nobody gives a damn about our problems. Find a way to win, and we're moving on. Moving on to Monmouth.
There you go. Monmouth on deck, baby.
Yeah, no, we're no crybaby bitches over here. Find a way to win. Let's go. Good win.
Well, I want to continue your luck. All right.
Games is.
Me and you differed on a game last night where I said the Keydets would cover 17.5. They lost by 18. You lucky son of a bitch. I was ready to talk shit about how Bart Torvik's rankings, not that I'm a VMI fan by any means, but I just thought that I was like, everyone, I mean, what? It can't be that bad. The cupboard can't be that empty. Richmond wins by 0.5 point, gets it done. Unbelievable. But I didn't get eyes on this. Did you?
Not much. I don't think Richmond's very good. That was my main takeaway.
Yeah.
Jordan King did have 34 points though. Just looking at a couple guys that had big nights. He popped up there. Jordan King 34 points.
St. Joe's, by the way, impressive against Lafayette. How about Tarleton? I ate a big one thing that I will say watching this game. UVA's offense.
Yeah. Where'd that come from?
What?
Yeah.
Like I knew Tarleton was kind of in a rebuild, but I thought if you would have told me UVA would have 43 points at halftime, I mean, I thought that was impossible. I don't think Tony Bennett's had 43 points at halftime in his life. That includes the Charlotte Hornets. You know what I mean? Like, unbelievable. I'll gladly admit that I steered you wrong there, folks, and my apologies. But we did happen to take a double lock on McNeese State against VCU. Oh, we're dancing. This shit wasn't even close.
No.
11-point win. 11-point win. And I am just alerted, by the way. Thank you to the chat. The best chat in the world, in my opinion. That Cal State Northridge. Is this true? Is this hitting right now? I do not have this game on right now.
They're down 2. They're down 2 with the minute.
Oh, I'll play our music. This was the easiest fucking handicap. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm even ruining the McNeese handicap. But Northridge, Stanford at 22. It's funny. Me and Hoops Peterson were doing a show. We were talking about that line. And I said, dude, who's making this line? And he was dumbfounded on it. I was dumbfounded on it. I feel like if you're a college basketball sharp, anyone was like, what the fuck? Like, why would you ever lay? I'll be honest. Every single school in America, I would not lay 20 points with Stanford on. Mac, would you?
No. And I did eat some shit on some teams like that, but I'm not laying 22 with Stanford ever. So yeah. Unbelievable
line. Who's making that fucking line? But anyway, shout out to Rob Donaldson. McNeese made him so much money tonight, and so did it do for us, or so did it did for us. I can't fucking talk. But all right, let's jump on over to the next. What's up?
Real quick on the McNeese, the guy that coached for Will Wade tonight was a former manager for Shaka Smart. He was there during the VCU run, so it was a little sweet to go back, and they didn't hire a Shaka guy for the first time ever, and they shoved it up their ass. I mean, that was an ass whipping right from the get-go. We were all over that.
Yeah. And I'm sure that he's thinking about this when he thinks about VCU.
And you're nothing but a chameleon, lemon-headed, coward, terrorist pussy. And I'm after you, buddy. You're going to pay for it. Good night.
What a great win, dude. I did watch the entire second half of UMBC, and by the way, we did make you money on this, but we also said sprinkle the money line. UMBC missed a free throw with 2 seconds left that would have sent this game into overtime. UMBC was the better fucking team. Yeah. Louisville rode the crowd momentum late, but UMBC was in control of this game for majority of the game. Louisville's on auto fade, buddy. Moving forward,
UMBC's not even good. That's what's really alarming. UMBC is going to be a 300 plus team probably in the net rankings when everything settles. I will say they did miss a free throw, but the guy also had 2 feet out of bounds on the baseline when he got fouled. I don't know how the referee missed that call. It was one of the worst calls. But anyway, Louisville should never be in that game, but we've been saying that for a year. Kenny Payne ain't going to make it past this year. No way. No way. So you were on Columbia. I was on Providence. The number was pretty spot on, but I ended up stealing a win here. I
mean, we didn't put real money on that. NC Nick, I did share a conversation with NC Nick, and he couldn't believe that anyone in their right mind would take Central Connecticut State. But yet, it was only a 0.5 point cover. But NC Nick, you took Central Connecticut State, buddy.
I know. I lost. They came back, but Rhode Island's not good either. I mean, they lost all their guys from last year.
Yeah. How about this one? I gave this away as a fringe lock. I didn't bet this, and I'm mad at myself for not betting this. But Longwood 69, St. Bonaventure 73. The only thing that scared me was the environment. I knew Longwood. I knew this line was off. I even say it on last night's show. I said, this is a closer spread than it needs to be. Like this this should be like a 5-6 point spread, I think I said. And sure enough, the Bonnies win by 4. This is a hammer spot, man. I can't believe I didn't lock it up. But anyway, I did lock up Rutgers, and they ate a big old bag of shit. I didn't watch a second of this game, but Princeton, shout out to Princeton. I had some people DM in my super heated. No, I'm not. Mainly because I hit on a bunch of other ones, and I enjoy it when Princeton beats anytime a Big Ten school or SEC team school loses to a mid-major. I find it fantastic, despite me losing money. What did you make of this one? Did you get eyes on this one?
A little bit. They pulled away in the second half. I mean, controlled the tempo. Around the 10-minute mark, it was tied, and then went on like a 10-0 run. I mean, this is a big time win for Princeton. Coming off a Sweet 16 last year, bullseye on your back. They didn't sneak up on them. They were the ones that were in the Sweet 16, not Rutgers. So great win for Princeton at the rack. I mean, that's game ball potential, to be honest.
Yeah, you know what I was surprised with, and outcome wise, I didn't watch this game. But I plan to watch a bunch of games tomorrow morning. South Carolina beat the shit out of South Carolina Upstate. You know, we did the SEC. We did the SEC preview without you, and I was impressed with the amount of veteran players that South Carolina had. But I had a hard time pigeonholing them because I thought, they're still going to be towards the back. I know it's Upstate, but could South Carolina be a lot better than what we think? They're kind of a mystery team to me this year.
Yeah, I'd like to see them do it against somebody more high quality. But, I mean, they did struggle in their opener last year against South Carolina State. So, clearly improved from last year. They got Virginia Tech on Friday, so we'll find out quick.
Yeah. And I know we got to bang through. I'm fucking taking forever here. All right. The other things that stand out to me, Georgia State, once again, we knew that line was off. Georgia State catches what? They lose by 2 to Belmont again. They lost by 1 last year.
Those teams are good.
Yeah. And I should have locked up Georgia Tech because I knew Southern was terrible. Georgia Tech gets it done. Shout out to Damon Stoudemire, our first win. But then we hit on this Fairleigh Dickinson money line. Shout out to College Football Campus Tour, who was in the house at this game. And I think we need to give a shout out to, now we covered with Merrimack. And by the way, that Warriors clip, Warriors come out to play. They came for me.
Yeah.
I can't play. I can't even play an obscure movie from 1979 gets me, but I can play fucking I don't know, Mission Impossible. What the hell? But Vermont continues to take care of home court. I ate shit on Towson, Colorado too. Colorado's for real, aren't they?
Yeah. I this is a good team. We talked about that in our Pac-12 preview. Final year out there. I mean, that was impressive. KJ Simpson.
You and Noah took Seton Hall. The chat's bitching about it.
Oh, that was awful.
I took the Peacocks. I don't know. I didn't watch watch a second of this. This is why I got to watch a bunch of shit tomorrow.
Yeah.
Was it just a good game that
Yeah,
Seton Hall pulled away? Yeah.
Yeah, they pulled away late. I mean, it was tied at halftime. I think the Peacocks actually might have been up one. So, I mean, bad pick. Never had a chance to cover.
Yeah. Manhattan wins outright against Bryant. That was impressive. And Noah Bieniek's Florida Gators did not cover against Loyola Maryland. Want to mention that. And how Ole Miss did not cover against Alabama State. If anything, Ole Miss barely.
Yeah. That
was a dogfight. We ate shit on Eastern Michigan against Butler. That's okay. I'm out on Eastern Michigan.
I hate that fucking team. God damn. How do you lose by 40 to Butler?
Let me ask you something. How the fuck did we lose Boston plus 8.5?
So I think that game was on Flow. I couldn't find it. I was monitoring the score. It was back and forth. It was a one possession game the majority of the game. And
Boston was winning at halftime by 3.
I know. And
that's the worst beat of the night. It was the worst beat of the night.
I want to say, to take it even a step further, it was a 4-point game with 2 minutes left. Yeah, that was brutal.
One of the best games of the night, Bradley UAB in overtime there in Birmingham, and Bradley gets a win. Shout out to that program. I've always liked Bradley, man. What'd you make of this one?
We did get eyes on this in the watch show. Bradley hits a layup late, and Gaines misses a 3 off the backboard. It's a hell of a win. That is a hell of a win for Bradley. Bragging rights game. I mean, you look at the Missouri Valley, maybe a team like Bradley and Drake, if they're really dominant once again, maybe the loser could get into a spot where they could get in at large.
Yeah. Western Illinois, I took them on the money line against UTSA. They lose in overtime by 10. They don't even cover.
Cover. That was brutal. That was the worst one of the night.
Kansas looked amazing. We locked up Kansas. We locked up Duke. We had Texas. All great plays by us, if I may say so. I'm never taking Stonehill ever again, though.
That's the worst pick of the night by far.
Oh my God.
You're on auto fade. George Washington's not even good.
They lose to the Colonials. And by the way, the amount of little pieces of shit that tune into this show that say the Colonials name change was overdue. I've gotten 4 of these DMs. Fuck you. I will never agree to that. All right. I will never. All right. You're a bunch of little bitches. And if you explain the offensive part of it, explain it to me, because you're little fucking bitches. Anyway, continue on. I did get a nice DM about us taking Southern Indiana plus the points. Actually, some dude made like $1,200 on our parlay here, as Southern Indiana only loses by 12. They cover this thing. What do you make of this?
Oh yeah, this was a backdoor. I mean, they grinded this thing out. They were down like 25, I think. And you know what? The Screaming Eagles never quit. I also, it's hard to lay that many points to Travis Ford.
Yeah. Jackson State covered. Man, I almost locked up Jackson State. They covered. They only lost by 17 at Memphis. Also, Elon had a 12-point lead against Wake.
I know.
At half, but somehow they lost by 13. We still covered with Elon, but what an insane game that was, as Wake broke the 100 mark.
They had a 20-point lead in the first half.
Also, New Mexico State was hanging around. We locked up New Mexico State. They only score 17 in the second half, and they lose by 40. First night of the season. We were wrong. We locked that up. It was a system play.
Heart pick.
Yeah, it was a system play. You had to do it. Another one we ate shit on was Bethune-Cookman plus 18. They lose by 20 at the Farm. Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen sometimes. But in general, I think our money line plays and I mean, I don't know. I feel like I was surprised. Grand Canyon looks really good, dude. I watched this game.
Yeah.
But we also locked up St. Thomas. So we lost money on Southeast Missouri, but we also locked up St. Thomas. They covered at Cal. They almost won the game outright. There's that. And then Akron, we and you had a little battle here, didn't we? I had Akron, you had South Dakota State. It wasn't a lockdown, but I'm saying.
Yeah. I ate shit on this one.
I was shocked that Utah beat Eastern Washington by 35.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
And Sam Houston State took care of Pacific. I locked up that. That was an easy play. We both ate shit on Kansas State. We need to talk about this one because Kansas State looked like ass.
Yeah.
What do you make of this result?
I thought they looked soft, especially. I mean, it was like a layup drill for USC. It felt like. I know USC's talented, but Kansas State kind of hung their hat on the defensive end a little bit last year. I know they had little Marquise Noel and Keontae Johnson, but they kind of missed Tomlin tonight. It felt like they missed a little bit of rim protection. So I don't know. I'm not going to overreact to one game. I'll trust Tang, but that was not a good showing out in Vegas. Good win for USC though. I ate shit. I was completely wrong on that.
Yeah, no.
Good win for the TMZ crowd.
I ate shit too. San Diego State, by the way, did cover for us. They won by 26. Our parlay of championship teams, UConn and San Diego State, did cash.
Yep.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it, world. All right. All right. Let's get to picking tomorrow's games because the slate is beautiful. But before I do that, I want to tell you that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Look, Underdog Fantasy is a way to play alongside your favorite fantasy players all season long. NFL, NBA, NHL, college basketball, college football. It's got it all. All right. Simply pick higher or lower on your favorite players' fantasy stats and you'll cash in. Folks, what are you doing? It's honestly like better than any other thing I've ever seen as far as like for college sports. And having that number, like when you watch a Sunbelt game on a Wednesday, they'll have an over under on the rush yards. That doesn't happen anywhere else. They're hip to it. They're cutting edge. And if you know these conferences, you can really gain an edge. So what are you doing? Watch along, make picks, and maybe make a little extra cash. And look, when you sign up, use the promo code SGPN. Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Game Time. Snag the tickets without the stress, people, because buying tickets to your favorite event shouldn't be that stressful. Game Time's the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all sports, music, comedy, and theater that is near you. With killer deals on last-minute tickets and the best price guarantee, you can stop stressing over the tickets and start getting hyped for the fun you'll be having at the event. Let me talk a little bit about that best price guarantee thing. The Game Time guarantee means you'll always get the best price because if you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference, people. What are you doing, folks? Snag those tickets without the stress. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use that promo code CFBX for $20 off your first purchase. Once again, terms apply. Create an account, redeeming code CFBX, $20 off. Download the Game Time app today, folks. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season with Hall of Fame Bets, a sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. They dig deep, all right? They're going to research every NFL, NBA, MLB, and soccer bet with historical stats and data. They're going to tell you about the time that Todd Maranovich was starting for the LA Raiders and somehow make it all make sense to why you shouldn't take the Raiders this weekend. All right. So stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com and use that promo code SGPM to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. All right. What's up, Noah?
So Colby, yesterday I found out that the fantasy boys call this a core play. So yesterday the prop of the show was DeJuan Harris under 9 points. Did you see the box score today?
No, I've been doing content, but
0
I'm not.
points. He had no shot attempts. He had 10 assists. So that was a slam dunk pick. We're 1-0 with the props. Today, for Tuesday, the 7th, we're going to go with Mackenzie Bacco, higher than 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I think he's going to play a huge role in this Indiana team. I'm not very high on the Hoosiers. However, Indiana's the only team out there with props right now on the app. So I got to go with Mackenzie and Bacco, who I think is going to be a main point of this offense. In the 2 scrimmages, he had 14, 8, and 2. So that added up to 24, which it's 16.5. And he only played 21 minutes that game. And in the second scrimmage, he had 15, 3, and 1. That's 19. He did that in 25 minutes. So higher than 16.5 PRA. And Mackenzie and Bacco.
Folks, they don't call him Noah Bieniek for nothing. Take a ride into victory lane with old Noah Bieniek. All right. Honestly, great work, buddy. Great fucking work. I'm over here doing content. He's number crunching. He's got all that shit. That's what I'm saying. It's a team. It's a collective effort that we have here at SGPN and TCE.
We got to do game balls.
Well, game ball 1, JMU. Who's your game ball 1?
Abilene Christian.
All right. Number 2, for me, as I the score of Bellarmine down 30. What the fuck?
I know. The wheels fell off our guys. Too many white guys.
Washington's going to win the Pac-12, damn it. Let's overreact. I'd say game ball 2 is probably McNeese State.
Yep.
How about you?
And I kind of hinted at it. I'll give it to Princeton. Going to the rack. Big time. Big time win.
I like it. I really do. Game ball 3, by the way, Northridge lost by 9. But because I had to check on a possible game ball there. I'll say game ball 3 to me actually is USC because that's a big time win. Me and you both locked up K-State. We thought Jerome Tang would just be able to destroy them. Andy Enfield's a good coach, and USC off to a great start in Vegas there, getting that win. Who's your third and final game ball?
I'm torn between Akron and Bradley, both going on the road and getting wins. We like to reward teams for going on the road. I'll go Akron. I mean, that's impressive going all the way out to South Dakota, getting a big road win at the Jackrabbits. So I'll go Zips here.
I would co-sign that one too if it was up to me to choose your pick. So there we go. Yeah. All right, let's jump into Tuesday's action. Look, Tuesday's slate. I made this point on the watching show when I joined in for a minute. I find this slate easier. Well, my Tuesday's easier from a podcasting point of view. So my time, I can address more time to college hoops. But I like some of these matchups better than the opening day matchups. Now the slate's obviously not as big. You'd want a bigger slate, but I really like some of these matchups from a guy that just loves college hoops, not from a gambling point of view, from a guy that loves college basketball. I like some of these matchups. I'm excited for it. I know at 9:30 in the morning we have Brescia. How did you pronounce this, Noah?
Brescia.
All right. Sounds like Russia. All right. We know we have a deep affiliation with the Russians here on the College Basketball Experience. They play Jacksonville State at 9:30 in the morning here in California. So look, I'm excited to wake up to basketball. I know it's probably going to be a blowout, but okay, there's something there. I do think the slate is terrible because it didn't mix in a bunch of shit in the daytime. So the first game we get after that, I am super intrigued by this matchup because what I'm seeing at this very second via DK is Florida Gulf Coast is getting 12.5 at Indiana there. I know you have the this is tricky for me.
Yeah.
The last time they played was 2010. Indiana won by 28. So Indiana's replacing a ton. You also have the Bob Knight tragic magic shit. I played Indiana football money line this past weekend because of the tragic magic and because I think Wisconsin's overrated, but it hit for me on the money line. I laughed my way to the winner's circle, and part of me is like, should I, had Bob Knight not passed away, I was kind of liking Florida Gulf Coast when I saw this matchup back in July. I'm like, oh, the Eagles are going to give them hell. But we have I feel like I gotta, essentially.
It's easy to see a tide turn.
I think Indiana's going to put it on Florida Gulf Coast. Bob Knight energy, man. What are you doing here?
I'm going to be on the Hoosiers. I think we saw it too. I mean, some of these better teams in the Big Ten put it on them. I mean, Purdue, we saw that tonight. Not Sparty, but I do like. I think I'm going to lay it with the Hoosiers here.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I changed my whole opinion based on this.
That place is going to be lit.
Yeah. I am super intrigued. You know, I love these matchups. Like, to me, when I look at a card of games, I like regionality. I think that's what makes college football and college basketball so much better than the pro product we have. So when I see Drexel LaSalle, a little battle of Philadelphia, I'm going to go out of my way to watch this entire game, whether I do this podcast or not. Like, someone 10 years ago, I didn't do the podcast. I would go out of my way if I knew they were playing, or not only them, I'm saying anyone in that, if it's, Florida International and FAU, I like that. I like that element, because a lot of times you have guys that have, not far, grew up not far away. And it's just a good thing about, to me, the American sports. LaSalle's catching 1.5 points. I'm a Fran Dunphy guy when it's all said and done. Drexel, from a roster standpoint, when I analyze the roster, Drexel should beat LaSalle.
Yeah.
But you're giving Fran Dunphy like a month to prepare. No. Give me the Explorers plus 105 on the money line. What are you doing here?
I'm going to go the same side with you. I'm going to take Fran Dunphy over Zach Spiker here in this matchup. I think, like you said, he's got all the time to prepare. I like the spot. Home opener, even though they're both in Philly. I'll take LaSalle.
I'm sorry, the chat is making me laugh. Anyway, next up we have Mount St. Mary's taking on Maryland, College Park, my mother's alma mater. I'm seeing this line right now at DK at 20 points. This is tough because I can see Maryland calling off the dogs.
Yeah.
I'm going to lay the 20. This is for you, Mom, because I feel like this is probably right around 16 to 25. Maryland covers it. What are you doing here?
Another game I went back and forth on. I'm gonna take the points. In-state rivalry, or in-state get up spot.
Yeah. The Great Danes of Albany, one of my favorite mascots in all the land. They are heading to Amherst to take on your boy, your former boss, Frank Martin, and the UMass Minutemen. UMass is laying 10. I'm going to ride with your boy. I'll be honest, traditionally under Frank Martin, I hate laying a double-digit number with Frank Martin, but I love him as a dog. I'll lay the 10. Albany's been asked, but their logo is hard to turn down here. What are you doing here?
Yeah, Frank did start fast last year, though. I mean, 7-1. They beat Albany by 14 last year. I'm gonna lock UMass. I'm gonna go bold here. I'm gonna go bold. They're gonna put it on Albany. I think they're improved this year. Let's go.
Let's go. Moneyline Max saying load up that musket. Give it up for the Minutemen. Can we say that? Might offend the Colonials. I might offend the George Washington fans. They weren't even. And by the way, fuck you for being a George Washington fan. Not you, Mac, but I'm saying
I am not a George Washington fan.
No, the people. I grew up in that fucking area. There's no George Washington fans. Fuck you. I don't buy into that. Fuck you. Anyway, next up, I'm so curious to see what you're doing here. And on a night where I only have a few locks, as a man of high entertainment, grade A entertainment. I'm a fan of grade A entertainment. When it comes to Slick Rick Pitino, trust me, There's not a diner in America that doesn't hope he comes through their doors, right? They're laying 18 against these Stony Brook. What Stony Brook? What do they call the Sea Wolves?
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
Not in New York City. I'm laying the 18. Slick Rick's gonna make a point. Please tell me you're taking Stony Brook because I want to battle you so bad on this. What are you doing here?
No, I'm on the other way. I'm locking Rick Pitino. This place is going to be lit. They just lost to a D2. He's got their attention. They're going to blow fucking Stony Brook out. I think they win by 30. I'll lock Rick with you. Slick Rick Pitino, baby.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. This guy's winning championships. Doesn't matter wherever the fuck he goes. They kicked him out of Louisville. He's like, I'll go to Greece. Yeah. I'll go to Greece, eat delicious food, win championships. Boom, he does it. Boom. Next thing you know, Iona, he's fucking doing it. So let's go. Friends through eternity, loyalty, honesty will stay together through thick or thin. Next up, we jump down to God damn it.
Keep it flowing, baby.
Wait, I did not expect them. I got to admit that sometimes I forget the names of teams. So I just got to get the sound drop ready. Lemoyne is a brand new school. All right. A brand new school in D1 college hoops. They're jumping up and they are known as the Lemoyne Dolphins. And they're heading into Washington, D.C. to take on Ed Cooley and my Hoyas. However,
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
You want to live on the edge Tuesday night? I know you've never heard of them, folks. I know you don't know what state they're in.
Yeah.
I know it makes no sense when you find out what state they're in and their mascots, the Dolphins.
They're in upstate New York. Makes a lot of fucking sense.
Yeah. Look, if there's not enough mushrooms in the world for you to see a dolphin in upstate New York, but they're covering this. And on a slate where there's not a lot, I am locking up Lemoyne plus 18.5. And I'll be honest, pre-episode Noah Bieniek said, Colby, don't bet this yet. Let's wait because this is going to go up to 20. So I agree with Noah. Noah's a sharp, and we wait on this. This is like in Braveheart where William Wallace is like, hold. I say we bet this an hour before tip because this is only going to climb. Mac, what are you doing here?
And I think you sprinkle some on the money line. This is game one of the Ed Cooley era. I mean, it's a transition year. It's going to take a little bit to get it going. How many of these teams last year that transitioned into D1 were our darlings? The Tommies, Queens, Stonehill, Southern Indiana, the Screaming Eagles. I'm all over Lemoyne. I think they're right in this game. So I'll lock it up.
Can I ask you something crazy? Would I look back at last year? Lemoyne, I was going to say, could they be live to win? They weren't that good last year.
I know. But hey, they're making the step. Nobody's giving them any hope. Let's go.
They were just fifth. No, I'm still taking the points. I think it's a great smash spot, but I was trying to tuck myself into money line, and then I was like, 11-9 in conference, huh?
Noah's making a good point. They redshirted a bunch of people.
Oh, they did this the Sam Houston route. Okay, hold on then, Noah. They were 12-15 the year before.
Well, then I don't know. They're still covered this game.
Noah, they played Syracuse the year before. They lost by 40. However, they played Stonehill close, and that's enough for me. Give me Lemoyne to cover. This is one we might eat shit on. We might eat shit on
Nah,
this.
it's Georgetown. You can't lay. Ed Cooley's got to show it to me at Georgetown. You got to show me once.
He's got Masad out. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I don't know. Take the points.
it's a Super Bowl spot.
Live on the edge. All right. Next up, we jump on over to this. So there's a lot of like D1 against D2 or D3 or NAI schools. So we're not going to touch those because we don't have lines. But the Presbyterian Blue Hose are catching 17.5 in Nashville at Vandy. I think you got to lay it with Vandy. I think Vandy, even though they lost a lot from last year and they were red hot at the end of the year, I just think Presbyterian is not good enough throughout the whole 40 minutes of the game. What are you doing here?
Struggle with this. I'll lay it. I'll lay it with Vandy.
The North Dakota Fighting Hawks. Shout out to Tommy Schuster. They are heading to Iowa City to take on the Hawkeyes. Iowa is laying 19. I had a pre-episode conversation that I don't have enough bets placed. So I went out and I bet Iowa minus 19 just to have action. But I feel all right about this. I'll be honest. I feel better about this than Lemoyne Georgetown right now. Mac, what are you doing here?
Yeah, North Dakota's not very good. I'm definitely laying it. I'm definitely laying it.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll join you. We need some locks.
There we go.
Hawkeyes.
There we go. Trust me, in case Lemoyne loses by 1,000, we're gonna feel a lot better about this play later on there. So, and you know,
a lot of people go to college for 7 years.
let's go.
Friends through eternity, loyalty, honesty will stay together through thick or thin.
Next up, Northern Iowa's heading to Denton, Texas. This is a great non-con game they're throwing in there. Tyler Perry's gone, but North Texas, keeps a good program. And Northern Iowa, I feel like, has been a very good program for a long time. Northern Iowa's catching 4.5 on the road. I could be talked into a lock here. I think Northern Iowa's going to win outright. Give me the 4.5. Sprinkle someone the plus 160. What are you doing here? And I could be talked into a lock. Should we lock this?
Yeah, it's game number 1 post Grant McCasland, new coach, Ross Hodge. We just saw it too. Missouri Valley go down to a new American Athletic Conference with Bradley going on the road to UAB. I think we get it back-to-back nights. Northern Iowa gets it done outright over North Texas. Let's lock it.
Bet it now before it drops. Let's keep the lock train coming. There's not a lot of games, so I have 2 straight locks here, folks. UNC Asheville's catching 11.5 in Ann Arbor against Noah Bieniek's Michigan Wolverines. No. He can quote as many preseason games as he wants. I get a text message from Noah every 3 days. Michigan looked great in a preseason game. Not buying it. Now, I will say this. Juwan Howard's had a heart condition. Best wishes to Juwan. Obviously, that's a fucking serious thing. Hope he's okay. But it's almost addition by subtraction because Phil Martelli is a beast of a coach. Now, however, I happen to think UNC Asheville's pretty fucking good. So, if I may, give me the 11.5 and Drew Pember and company on the road in Ann Arbor. You can try to steal their signs all you want, Noah, but steal this sign, motherfucker. Right? What are you doing here, buddy? Mac, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm definitely joining you. You look at Asheville last year. They were really good. They went to the tournament 27-8. I'm trying to remember what they won at UCF in the opener. That was the bye game. So Been there, done that. Sprinkle some on the money line.
Yes.
Yes.
Noah.
Sorry, Noah.
Noah, quickly throw some gel in your hair and talk about why you think Michigan's going to be able to. Look, have you got some makeup on?
I mean, if I'm being serious, I think this defense is much better than a season ago. Like
you legit believe they're going to cover 11.5 against UNC Asheville?
Oh, I don't know about that. Like legit, I don't know about that. But I think we're winning this game. I don't think we're going to be losing. I think Terrace Reed and Olivier Kamwa can actually keep Drew Pember in check. This is going to be a much better defensive front court than a season ago where Dickinson and Jet were just kind of, they're optionally, on defense. So I think this is much closer. I think a lot of people expected Asheville to be live. I don't think this one's going to be in doubt.
Are you? So I'm just curious. In the Bieniek household, is this going to be a family watch, or is this just you hanging out, drinking some Molson's? What's going on here?
This is probably just me, honestly.
Okay.
We've got some. I think we got Red Wings hockey, and that's what my household will be watching.
Okay. Okay.
I'll be in the basement with multiple TV set up, Wings in Michigan and other college basketball.
Okay, fair.
I love that he threw the Wings in there too. That's great.
Yeah.
No, we still have not gotten to a lock of yours. Will we get one here soon?
Oh,
disappeared.
Oh,
he said, "Fuck you."
Look,
Matt.
yeah.
You ain't forcing no lock battle upon me.
Colby got me on Iowa. I mean, he's like, we can't score in Iowa football, so we got to lock Iowa basketball. I like it. We save all our points for the hardwood.
Yes, that's a 100%, because if there's no bigger culture clash between their philosophies than Iowa football and Iowa basketball. Let's go to the Pentagon. All right. No, don't storm the Pentagon. All right, folks. We're talking Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, which I'll be honest. So I was at the grocery store on Sunday. I am not the type of person to really drink soda. I mean, I will if it's in the house, but I don't like buy soda, right? And I'm sitting there at the grocery store. I'm walking through, my wife asked me to pick up some specific thing. And next to it was some like root beer with it just had a classic look to the bottle. I'm not even a big root. I mean, I like root beer, but I'm saying like it's just I probably hadn't had a root beer in like 10 years. And I bought a root beer from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. God damn it, it was delicious. All right, whatever they're doing over there at the Pentagon, keep doing it. All right. Holy shit, there was definitely heroin in that root beer. But anyway, Auburn and Baylor decided, hey, let's go get some of that root beer. Let's play in Sioux Falls, because that's the only logical fucking reason I can deduce from them saying, picking at the whole map. I mean, there's games going on in Hawaii. There's games going on in Cancun, in Jamaica, and all this shit, the Cayman Islands, all right, even Belfast, Toronto, and you choose Sioux Falls?
The Pentagon, baby.
What did I need a bigger explanation than this. Is the mayor like Bruce Pearl's, wife's brother? I don't understand the logic here. But besides the root beer, because clearly they know what the fuck they're doing with the root beer. So when I see Baylor -1.5, A, this game's awesome. B, it's completely fucking weird that they're playing this in South Dakota, because I feel like your average South Dakota people have no fucking idea how good Baylor and Auburn are, right? So they're just going to be sitting there enjoying their fucking root beer. You know what I mean? Counting leaves on the fucking floor, you know what I mean? Or the ground. So random as hell, but I know Jerome Tang let us down, but he's from the school, the coaching tree of Scott Drew.
Yep.
I'm going to double down on this. I'm locking up Baylor -1.5 against Bruce Pearl, the ultimate used car salesman. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm going back to the Big 12 too. I'm going to double down with the Baylor tree, and They played a game out in the Pentagon and beat Gonzaga last year there, so they're familiar with the home court there. I think they grind this thing out and get a big win for the Big 12. Let's go Bears.
Yeah.
Oh, Noah Bieniek.
Hey, tell me you're on Auburn.
Hi, guys. No, Colby, I ranked Auburn 11th in the SEC, the preview that we did. So if you're locking up Baylor, you know I'm on Baylor. I love Baylor on the spot. They've played in the Pentagon before. They won. They beat Gonzaga. That's what Max said. But in general,
I'm not a crook.
In general, both these teams kind of have new backcourts. I'm all in on Baylor's, and I'm selling Auburn's. Auburn's going to have a freshman point guard here for this game, whereas Baylor brings in Ray J. Dennis, the senior from Toledo, who is an absolute stud, and they also get Jay Nunn from VCU. And then down low is where Auburn's best. They've got Janai Broom down there. JTT is fully healthy this season. He's one of the best defenders in the country of the post. So I like JTT. Baylor, I think they cover. It's only -1. Give me that all day.
Yeah. Shout out to Keith Landry, long time fan here. Because Dundee's the guy that buys 6 packs of gum at the checkout register on pure impulse. Well, if it looks classic, it's all about presentation. You know what I mean? Like, this is why I prefer a game at the Rose Bowl or the Sun Bowl as opposed to those terrible fucking stadiums that scream Best Buy and, Bed Bath and Beyond, which is like the Rams' current stadium. Anyway, let's move along. Creighton is laying. What's up?
Probably people should probably bet that now because I think Baylor will probably go to 3. Don't you?
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Jump in there now. Lay the 1.5 as soon as you listen to this, even if it's 2.5. Where do you turn though? I actually think I would at 3. I'd still take Baylor. I think I'd at 4.
Yeah, probably 5.
Yeah.
Probably 5. I think they're better.
Florida A&M's catching 30 at Michael Crichton's bunch. Creighton, the Blue Jays, the Omaha Health Center, or whatever the fuck it's called. I saw a great forensic files. I saw a great forensics files about a guy at the a doctor that was killing people in he worked at Creighton. He worked at Michael Crichton, and yeah, he was a real piece of shit. But anyway, I'll lay the 30. Crime pays. What are you doing here?
I'm laying it. I'm not taking the points here.
Sac State, the Hornets are heading to Reno. And by the way, shout out to Chad G. Love, our fans are the best. Justin KCSE in the chat talking about the folks. You can hop on over, by the way, and check out the Patreon. All right, I highly recommend it. Sacramento State, Nevada. Steve, Alfred, I have a rule with this. I just can't. I can't do it. I see Nevada currently laying. I'm just making sure because this episode's an hour and a half right now. Nevada is laying 13. No, give me the Hornets. What are you doing here?
I'll go the other way. I'll lay it with Steve. No. I'm taking the points. I can't. Okay. I can't do this with Steve Alford. You're right. I don't feel good about this game though.
Damn it, man! I wanted to talk shit to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. This is one of the sneaky best games of the night. UC Irvine.
One.
Who did I skip?
Fort Wayne and DePaul.
Oh shit! How did I miss that? Okay. IPFW is catching 11.5 at the Blue Demons. It's too many. Give me IPFW. What are you doing here? Give me the Mastodons plus the points. Shit, I could be talking to a lock here. What are you doing here?
Fort Wayne though kind of let us down multiple times last year. What did they do? They lost at Michigan by 19 at Northwestern. I'll just take the points. I'm not laying this many points at DePaul ever in my life, so give me the points.
Not since Terry Cummings and Mark Aguirre. No, I'm with you. UC Irvine's at San Jose State. This game's low key, like one of my favorite games of the day. I believe both these coaches are way better than people know. San Jose State's laying 1. Final lock of the night. Give me Sparty -1. UC Irvine's replacing too much. I know Miles is replacing some. Obviously, their leading scorer, but I think right now San Jose State's ahead of UC Irvine. I will lay the 1. What are you doing here?
I am with you, and I'll join you. Give me Sparty, lock it up. I think that extended time, get it done.
All righty. Shit, I even see a +1 for San Jose State out there, folks. Get it. Shop to a drop. Folks, we are the college basketball experience. We appreciate all 100+ people watching the show. I think it was 125 at one point I saw. We appreciate it. And yeah, thank you. And we hope to see you again. Please spread the word. We're here every night of the college basketball season. And damn it, we've been doing this thing for years. All right. So subscribe, tell a friend, and shout out to Moneyline Mac and Noah that are up late night. I know Noah's trying to stay up late to catch that old Skinamax movie going on in about 2 hours. But Mac, you know, I know he's probably got to work at 6 a.m. I'm joking. Noah does too. But shout out to them for staying up late too. Subscribe to the college basketball experience, folks. We are on every podcast platform you could think of. But if you can, hop on over, give us a 5-star review. We haven't gotten any recently because it was the off season. Well, now it's the season. And if I may, fuck you if you don't leave us a 5-star review. All right, get on over there. You can even call me an idiot. Call me a pale-faced idiot. That's fine. All right, just give us those 5 stars. And wow, shout out to the people in Moscow. We got Vlad Putin watching. He's no stranger to the show. Yeah. He normally likes to press the button right after listening to this episode. Anyway, shout out to that. Shout out to everybody, and appreciate you guys rocking along. Please, if you can, folks, subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/The College Experience. And yeah, give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. Check out his podcasts, plural, the Ryan and Rush Show and the Big 12 College Experience. Also, give Noah Bieniek a follow on Twitter at NoahB77_. Noah hosts the College Baseball Experience. He's also behind the scenes on a ton of shit, and he's like a modern day fucking Michael Connolly, writing all this fucking articles. I guess Michael Connolly is still modern day, but look, he's writing these. He's Noah Bieniek with a pen. Good God, I can only imagine the gal that steps into his life. He's going to be writing some heaters when it comes to love songs, because he's got great articles on college hoops going on nonstop. SportsGamblingPodcast.com, folks, or get the SGPN app for free in the App Store and Google Play Store. Folks, also, I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. The College Basketball Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. And yeah, check out the Sports Gambling Podcast. Is they're live from Las Vegas every Friday. Check them out. Also, I host the College Football Experience, the FCS College Football Experience, which both will be having episodes tomorrow. And don't forget, every night we're back. Oh, you thought this was just a one-off, a nice little one-off? Fuck you. All right, we're going hard in the paint. All right, like fucking Rick Mahorn. All right, we're back tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Same thing. Subscribe, folks. Until next time. This is the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
It's got me thinking about the good shit. The minute that I seen your grill again, it made me good trip. Good dog the mind back like dog but wind that. Man, I didn't get mad when you never hit me time back, but the comings on was strong. Now my shit's coming along, you know the song. The truth is I'm pretty much on fire again. It's heating up for real, I'm alive again. And that's the attraction factor. Vancouver, Michigan with my rap disaster. Yeah, you know you want it how you want it. No need to trip cause I got it, doggone it. It's all yours and the extras too. All the super music and the sex for who? Just get it straight cause he caught me in a good mood. Let me demonstrate what this time of year could do. Yeah, sing it.